Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another instrument cluster repair test after repairs. I can say that on a 2004 BMW 330 Ci E46. So the very common concern with these clusters are either not working at all, or sometimes no lights, no LCD, and most of the problems that these instrument cluster experience are based or are happening because of age components. Capacitors, they're leaking and damages in the board that chores out and damage voltage regulators and some other areas that I always replace. But as you see, I have the board open in the bench. Let me just show you as I normally do. Okay, right now it's powered up and it's already put together. So I'm going to show you some of the pictures that I have through the repairs. So this is the folder that I created for them. This is Contesa Bush in Florida. And you can see the number up in the top, but not really necessary. A little full of fingerprints, but it will look like new as soon as I finish in here. This is just the back. So for my records and the records, this is the front, like where the needles are. This is behind all that. And I was actually looking in there to resolder the main connector and replacing the capacitors and so on because they're go through the board. So let me just show you the next picture, which is the actual front, the back where the connectors are. So this is the areas, these main or big capacitors, they're all leak and they create a short and damaging components that are very common. So I will keep that picture in there so you guys can have it because this is a high definition picture. I can really zoom in and look into all that information. I take high definition pictures always to make sure that I can revisit values of capacitors and diodes and so. And for my own records, I have an internal information where I go and measure all those voltages and keep everything again for my future records. And that's why I make these repairs very quickly. Connection wise, I have actually made this myself. This is for the EWS, the instrument cluster, and the computer. In this case, we're only going to use the center one, which is a 26 pin connector. BMW calls the instrument cluster Combi, and that's probably coming from a German word. And those are the pins that are important for me to test here. This has very good communication with the scanner, and I have the Ultra connected to it, so we will do the full sweep and activation of all the lights and everything, and we can see that. So by connections, ground and pin 1, battery, constant battery and pin 4, ignition and pin 5, terminal 87, which is a constant battery, or not a constant, a battery through a relay on terminal 87 of the relay. CAN is for communication in between the modules. It has actually two CANs in here, or not two CANs. It has a CAN bus and then the K bus, which is for the EWS because this cluster is part of that circuit as well. And then the diagnostics goes into pin 25, which goes to DLC 8 on the OBD port, right? So that's where you connect the scanner. As far as the concerns, I have it right here. So Contesa sent me, I sent this from the shop email. The being is that, and none of the lights work. The digital part only works if you wiggle the plug, and that's now you understand what all the resolders and everything, because I mean it's common, that those come loose or from plugging and unplugging, all vibrations that the cluster experienced through the years of use. I mean 2004, we're talking what, 21 to almost 22 years old instrument cluster, right? So pretty fast way to show you. I'm going to put the scanner here. Like I said, since I don't have the entire vehicle, I manually select the car, and you can see on the bottom it says BMW 3 Series 330 Ci M54. That's the engine, and then E46, that's the series of this vehicle. All right, so I'm going to go back to the main menu. This is the main menu on the scanner, special functions or active tests. I can select each, like let's say like the speedometer. It will not go the entire sweep, but it will activate it. So let's do that so you can see. And it will not stop that until I go into terminating activation. And when I do that, it finishes that. It's a very old, weird way to do that, but that's the way BMW did it. So instead to do each one at a time, I can do a self-test which is probably the best, especially for the experience they have or what they are experiencing. Let me turn the light. Yeah, so we can see all the lights and everything when it will come on. So let me activate that test. And you can see all the needles doing the full sweep. Very nice and soft, which is perfect. And all the lights now on, because this is very important to see that. So with this test, everything is being tested out. So now we have all the circuits or all the parts of the LCDs being on. I'm going to wiggle now the connector so they can see that. Contesa in the shop can see that. I'm just going to be a little careful because it's completely open up, but you can see how that is staying on. Let me put my little hand helper in here that can hold the cluster in a position where you can see. And like I said, this will not terminate that sequence until I'm going to terminate action in here and then actuate that. So now it's going to finish what it was doing, and it's going to stop the activation and all the lights on. And now we go back to normal. We can see that it has 80,792 miles, so very low mileage on that. Is very common on this cluster when the signal is not being received, that the temperature on the coolant temperature goes into full or maximum, just because the signal is not being received by the cluster. But as you can see, Contesa and all of you, and the cluster is now fully operational. I'll be contacting them shortly and send this their way. So this is again just a short test, and I want to show you what I do here. That's what I show, the pictures and everything. If you have one of these vehicles clusters and you have any problems, I'm your best call. Just reach out for MikeSalazarDiagnostics.com. I'm going to put my website name on the title of this video so you can copy and paste it. It's the same as in the YouTube channel. If you're here and you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. That helps my small business a lot. Every time you subscribe, YouTube promotes more and more my videos, and that's how you find me. It's also for free and help my small business super a lot. So thank you so much if you do so. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.